Hey guys, we're here with Clayton McCormack at the Boston Comic Con, and he is signing the Thing art book. If you want to flip the cover, just to show everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's the Thing art book, a little upside down.
This thing is a monster.
It's a monster book, but here's Clayton. What inspired you to draw this piece the way it is?
Well, this scene in the movie always stood out to me because it's a movie that's, for a movie that's so tense all the way through, I always felt that this was one of the tensest moments because it's down to the last two people, and even the audience is unsure of whether or not Kurt Russell is the monster or whether or not Keith David is the monster. And I just wanted to I kind of wanted to get that feeling of everything that was kind of swirling around that had come before, so that's why I kind of had the monsters and the sort of the smoke of the fire sort of kind
Gotcha.
of thing.
Cool.
Just, and I always love the way it's shot and the harsh lighting and stuff. It's just a really great ending to the night.
Also, man, let's flip your artwork around for the camera.
Oh, sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Clayton.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're at the Boston Comic Con with Sarah Richard, artist on many great IDW pony books, but she has drawn a piece of artwork in the Thing art book, and she's going to tell us a little bit about this art piece.
So yeah, it's an idea I had for a while. I really liked the idea of the composition of being, like the stark whiteness against like the red, kind of tenderly gross appendages. But yeah, I like kind of hiding things in my art, so that I like putting in the space up in here, just a little town down here.
Oh yeah, I didn't even.
Yeah.
I paid so much attention to the top piece.
Yeah, distracting you. I
It's
don't know.
beautifully gothic in its
Thanks.
simplistic way.
Thank you.
But it matches your style with the hair and the tattoos.
Yeah, I'm rocking my dark face right now.
It's a fantastic piece of art that you should be
Thanks.
proud of being in this amazing compendium.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy to have it in there. I don't get to draw like spooky, creepy things very often, so
Maybe somebody will start seeing this and be like, hey,
Yeah.
maybe she'd like to draw our new independent horror book that we have going in Image.
I do have a couple ideas in mind of like short story, ghost stories, so this is kind of just
You should team up with like a writer like Chris Golden.
possibly. Well, I'm planning on writing it myself, so it'll be
Okay.
pretty rad. But yeah, no, I was really happy they asked me to do it. So
Cool. Thank you, sir.
yeah, of course.
Byron at Boston Comic Con as he is signing his piece in the Thing art book. Kristen, just a quick question. What inspired you to do this piece in particular?
I absolutely love the movie. Absolutely love it. And that's like one of my all-time favorite scenes. Like the big reveal of the final form of that creature was so amazing to see. Especially like, because it's all practical. And it doesn't matter like how good CGI gets. I feel like practical effects are always going to be amazing. Especially that design because it was the most like visceral, nightmarish. Like, I mean, you just didn't know what creature was ever going to look like in its final form. And
Yeah.
the fact that it was so mishmashed of all these different things and it kept moving or changing as, it was emerging, that scene will never leave my head. So I was really, really excited and honored to be a part of this. This is so incredible. Look how thick this book is.
Oh, yeah.
You could kill somebody with this. Like, that is insanely big and heavy. But and also there's a Clay McCormack that's here.
Yeah, I just saw him. He mentioned when he saw your stuff. Hey, Chris is over there. Get him to sign it.
Yeah, I mean it's great because like a bunch of my friends are also in this book. Everybody did such great pieces. But yeah, this was a blast.
Cool.
Really, really was.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Comic-Con with Tom Kelly, one of the artists from the Thing art book. Sorry about that, Tom.
Oh, no problem.
There we go. That is his piece. Tom's going to tell us a little bit about why he did this piece in particular while he's signing it.
All right. Well, anybody who's seen the movie The Thing knows there's a few very key moments in the movie. There's the sequence with the petri dish, like when they're trying to figure out who the alien is, so they're testing the blood. The dog plays a big part of it because it's like an artificial host. So I try to encapsulate like how I would make a movie poster for the movie The Thing without giving away too much of the story unless you actually saw the film, then you get it. So I put in the Arctic base, which is the first shot. Like when you land, you see the helicopter, and they land on the ice base. Then there's the Husky, which is a big part of the plot.
Yeah.
And then the organic matter, the very stringy bits from that, are kind of what the alien looks like. I mean, you never really see it because it's always sort of dark, and then it's very like it's a lot of jump scares, and then it goes into the shadows, and then turns into like one of the actors. But like whenever they're cutting something open, they see this inside, like this weird nest of stuff. And then I had the red eye dripping down into the petri dish with the title of the film, because again, that's one of those that's a big jump scare moment because it goes from one person to the next person to finally the third person, and the actual blood jumps out of the disc. It's one of those scenes I always remember, even if I see it on TV, it still gets me to jump. So that was really why I chose these things and put them in that order for my piece. But yeah, really, I just was trying to make. If I made the movie poster for the movie, what would I do?
Awesome, man. Thank you. And now he will sign it.
Yes. Where would you like me to sign?
Probably in the white.
In the white?
Yeah,
how
right
about
next
right
to
here?
in the back of the dog.
Are you doing the back of the dog, or how about on the side, right
No,
behind it?
yeah, right here is fine.
Everyone's particular about where they want stuff signed, so I try to always make it easy for them.
Dan Fraga.
That's correct.
And we're going to talk a little bit about his artwork in The Thing art book, which you can pick up now from Printed in Blood. Thank you, Dan.
Welcome.
Tell us a little bit about this piece.
So for this book, they asked us to pick a piece apart from the movie that meant something to us, and I felt like this was a pivotal point when they had the petri dish and things went awry. My first inclination was to do the wolf, but apparently everybody did the wolf, so this is what I chose.
They were asked about that several times, like, well, what am I, by several different artists, like, well, what if you get like a Hunter the Wolf? And he's like, well, we will probably.
Right.
But we're hoping people will figure out other things from the movie to
And
do.
I thought we would see the thing and all those other things, and I wanted to make sure it was a moment that was outside of those moments that are like not knocking the other guys, but it's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
It's the easy go-to, so that's why I chose this one.
Cool, awesome. It's a great piece of artwork.
Thank you.
Dan's going to sign it. All right, thank you so much, Dan.
No problem. And let that dry.
We're here with Joe Caroni, who's going to talk to us a little bit about his artwork for The Thing in this fantastic Thing art book. What inspired you to do this piece, Joe?
Well, this is my contribution to the Thing art book, which came out at San Diego Comic-Con last month. I was one of about 200 illustrators who was asked to contribute their homage to the John Carpenter film. This is one of my top 5 favorite horror films of all time, so it was a no-brainer for me to just come up with something, a really cool design for the movie, for my artwork, because I'm so passionate about the film. I chose to spotlight the main characters. I work in a very realistic cinematic style, so I approached this as like a movie poster.
Oh yeah, I can tell. It's definitely all very realistic.
So that was sort of my impetus, was to approach my design like a movie poster, like as if this were to come out back in 1982. So I chose to spotlight the main actors and put some of the other elements from the film, the horror elements, but also to keep it kind of mysterious with the deformed creature in the background. And, the Arctic setting and the atmosphere and the environment from the film. So it was simply just my approach to a movie poster for The Thing.
Cool, awesome. It looks fantastic, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Tony Harris at the Boston Comic Con, and he is signing his artwork in the Thing art book. Tony, tell us a little bit about this piece in particular.
It was a little daunting at first because Drew Struzan is my favorite contemporary painter.
Speak up, probably.
Did the original poster, which I think is brilliant. But I wanted to do something equally as simple and striking. It kind of summed up the whole movie. And that's why I actually hid all the faces of the entire cast in the actual title. Which is actually painted on the original. And I did everything traditional by hand. So there's no digital work here except for all the text.
Yeah, like a movie poster. Which we actually use this in our video when we talk about the Thing art book. So we pulled yours from the net and put it right in our YouTube video.
And I had actually started working on this piece a couple of months before I was even approached by the publisher. So when they came and asked me to be a part of the project, I was just thrilled to death.
Cool. It's a really cool piece.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.